Welcome to another edition of This Week in Disc Golf. It is Wednesday, January 11th. I'm Charlie Eisenhood, and let's talk about what happened this week. Well, the off-season sponsorship news took a turn for the crazier this week. We've got a lot to catch up on, and we have to begin with this.
Wow. This is definitely the most unexpected and tough video I've ever made. I know the rumors have been brewing online for weeks, but it is true, and I never thought this day would come, but this day is here. I am leaving Team Discmania now. And this news may be shocking to some of you. Maybe some of you are disappointed. Maybe some are excited and happy. Maybe sad. I really don't know what the public is going to think about this move.
That's right. After 10 years of representing Discmania, Simon Lizotte is leaving the company, and really a brand that he helped build for a decade. And we don't know yet where he's going to land. Perhaps by this time next week, we will have an answer to that for next week's This Week in Disc Golf. But regardless, this is massive news. Simon is one of the most popular players in the game. He's got the most popular YouTube channel of any player. And he's going to sell a lot of discs wherever he ends up. But this is just a total bombshell. Obviously, there had been rumors about this now for a few weeks. But I think a lot of people, even in the comments on last week's video, said it's not happening. He's not leaving Discmania. But in fact, he is. Simon is coming off his best season as a pro, winning 4 Pro Tour events in 2022. Getting his rating back up and really just looking like a more polished and refined player than we've seen in the past, even though he's maybe not able to throw quite as far as he once did. This is perhaps the biggest shift we've seen in the sponsorship market since Paul McBeth left Innova for Discraft a few years ago, or perhaps when Ricky left Innova for Dynamic Discs last offseason. Either way, we await to see where Simon lands, and it's going to be big news wherever it is. Elsewhere in sponsorship news, Discraft announced its 2023 Elite Team. Take a look.
The Discraft Elite Team is designed for competitors who all share the same vision: to create the future of our sport. So what does the future look like? Passion, fun, competitive, dedicated, teamwork. Introducing the 2023 Discraft Elite Team, the future of our sport.
So Discraft adds 3 brand new players this offseason: Anthony Barella, Valerie Mondahano, Holland Handley. All 3 of them are coming off their best season as a pro. Valerie Mondahano was a top 5 player in FPO this past season, and it was a big surprise when she left Dynamic Discs in the middle of a 2-year deal. Holland Handley leaves, signs a 1-year contract with Discraft. Anthony Barella signs on for 2 years. Additionally, Discraft promoted Brody Smith, Corey Ellis, and Aaron Gossage to their elite team. A few players were demoted to their tour team. Ezra Aderhold returns as well on a 2-year contract extension. Discraft making some big moves, adding to their elite team. They will have the most top 10 players from the 2022 season of any manufacturer going into 2023, as they added to their already formidable core of Paul McBeth, Paige Pierce, Chris Dickerson, and others. So perhaps you could make a case that they have the strongest top team in all of disc golf, even perhaps above Innova. Depends on how you draw the lines, rating, Disc Golf Pro Tour performance in 2022, but it's very, very strong for Discraft, and they've really overhauled their team significantly in just a few years after signing Paul McBeth. Elsewhere, we've got some signings and some extensions to talk about. Latitude 64 adds Jake Hebenheimer, he of the Horseshoe Putt, as well as extending Silver Lott and Rebecca Cox. MVP signed James Conrad to a 4-year extension. He's been their flagship pro since they added him. And Mason Ford signs a deal with Mint Discs. They did a big live-streamed announcement last week. Mint out of Texas, Mason, of course, out of Texas as well. He and Valerie Mondahano about to get married, but Valerie, of course, signing with Discraft. He goes with Mint Discs as Mint tries to start to make a push into the national scene and move just beyond marketing mostly in Texas. Additionally, Gavin Babcock signs on with Discmania. Austin Hannum will be joining DGA, and Maria Oliva will be doing a deal with Infinite Discs. We already announced her ThoughtSpace Athletics deal. Those two companies already working together fairly closely. ThoughtSpace as a disc promoter, Infinite, of course, as a retailer. And so we're already seeing a lot of players having a partnership with both of those companies. So we've got you caught up. That's a lot to take in. Most of the players at this point have announced their contract details, although we are still waiting for a couple of companies to make their more public announcements. MVP has not announced the extension of Sarah Hokum yet, and we don't know yet where Simon Lizotte is going to go. Perhaps it will be where the rumors are saying, which is MVP, or maybe he will make a surprise move. We will find out soon enough. Let's take a look at this week's StatMando Stat of the Week. And make sure you check out the new StatMando show over on the Disc Golf Network, off-season with StatMando. And here's a clip of them talking about who's got the most 1,100-plus rated rounds. Take a look.
Who do you think has the most?
Well, it has to be Macbeth.
Yeah, I'd say Paul.
All right. Paul Macbeth has 7 1,100 rated rounds. It is not the most.
Whoa.
It is Ricky Wysocki with 9 1,100 rated rounds.
Wow.
Of course, Macbeth has the 2 very high rated rounds.
Last note this week, the Disc Golf Pro Tour has announced its tiered registrations for upcoming DGPT events in 2023, beginning with players rated over 1,000 in MPO and 900 in FPO, and then successive tiers with lower ratings caps, moving past that until the tournament gets filled. So if you are interested in playing in DGPT events this year, make sure you check that out and get yourself either signed up or on the wait list for DGPT events near you. That's going to do it for this week. We will talk to you in a week's time, perhaps to find out where Simon Lizotte is heading. Talk to you then.